Stacy. I grew up in a very alcoholic household. My dad was a really bad alcoholic. My mom had only what I know as really bad anxiety, and now kind of assessing her, she's not here anymore, but assessing her through all of my own therapies in my own head, certainly codependency. So that's what I grew up with. But I did end up marrying one, and that was a very long relationship that I'm still coming out of. And so that is the one that really opened my eyes to my own trauma in my life. But I was not feeling good about myself or my marriage, or whether I was doing the right thing for my kids, or just very general. Nothing seemed to be good and right, and I felt I was responsible for a lot of it, and that I wasn't going to be loved. I mean, that was the general feeling in my life. The better I started feeling about myself, I actually, probably for the first time ever in my life, experienced true love. Sorry, probably going to be a little teary here through most of this, but it's probably the first time I ever felt a true, unconditional love from anyone in my life. So the first time I really realized how much God loved me was I was in church. It was probably 10-ish years ago. In church, the pastor was giving a sermon. I don't remember what it was about, but he got very passionate and started telling people directly, he loves you. He loves you. And then he looked right at me and he said, he loves you. And that just really was the first time that it truly hit home that I was loved unconditionally for no other reason than being his child. There were no strings attached. There were no expectations of me other than to trust in him. And he didn't say, I love you, now change your life. It wasn't like an overnight thing by any means. There was a whole lot of other stuff between then and now that I kind of think had to happen in a sense. And a lot of it was me just choosing not to see the things that I needed to be working on as well. But now, I can't preach enough and tell people enough how much God has brought me here. Every step, and I had no idea he was guiding this process for me. No idea. Some things happen, and I could tell people, oh, I know God put me here for a reason. Even when something bad would happen in that situation, I would say, I know that God still wants me here. I don't know why. I think it's this, but it turned out not to be. But I would still very much feel that way. So I know that all along he's just been guiding this whole process, and has finally helped me to open my heart and my eyes and everything to recognize where I can be better, for myself, if nothing else for myself. And it's just trickling into other aspects of my life, which I'm just so grateful. Shameful. It is, it keeps you from discovering your true self. You don't know who you are. I'm still figuring out who I am. I'm getting a better sense of it, but there's a lot of shame, for me anyways. There's a lot of anger, or there was. There was a lot of confusion on who I should be not accountable, but who I should be to anybody, really. I mean, you know, kind of play the role of whatever individual you're trying to have a relationship with. Um, but in general, in worthiness, I didn't feel worthy of anything or anybody, even myself, at all. Um, but yeah, for me, a lot of shame. Just, I just want to be happy. I've spent so much of my life feeling, alone and unhappy, just generally unhappy, um, unsure of myself, not knowing who I was. Um, so those are the big things, and feeling love and just feeling, like I said, worthy of whatever I choose to pursue and, my own choices. And knowing, sticking to my choices, whether they're good or bad, I'll make both, but they're mine. And, just me knowing that that's okay.